What's up everybody and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be installing the downpipe on the 335, and if you guys remember in earlier videos I talked about the downpipe a little, and today's the day I'm going to try to get the downpipe in. Maybe today and tomorrow, but I'll give you some specs on the downpipe. It is made by VRSF and it is ceramic coated. V-band to the turbo. This is where it meets down to the exhaust. Came with the hardware and the gasket. I'm super excited to get this in. They say it adds I think 20 horsepower on the website. I don't know if that's accurate or whatnot, but more horsepower the better. I'm more looking for the exhaust noise and turbo sound that you get from the downpipe. But I chose to do this myself because everything that I've done to my car from day one till now, I've put on by myself, here in the garage, my own money, and I was really thinking about bringing this to a shop, and I said, why do that if I only have one piece left before the car is fully together? So here I am today. It's probably going to be the biggest challenge I've done on this car. The biggest thing other than this that really challenged me was maybe the coilovers, the fronts, but once I get this in, there's just a satisfaction with doing your own work. I'm sure you guys can relate. If you do your own work, you save a ton of money, and when you're done, you can say that you did it. But without further ado, let's get this thing in. And just to give you guys a little insight on what this job entails, it is a O2 sensor, and there's 4 bolts that hold the downpipe to the rest of the exhaust system. And basically you have to undo all that and some of these bracket bolts and whatnot, and hopefully that big cat will slide out between my subframe and motor mount. But it's going to be interesting. The forums have said it's the worst job they've ever tried by themselves, but hey, it's the fun of owning a car, right? But I think I'm going to start by trying to get out that O2 sensor and then try to crack these rusty bolts loose. I'll probably be taking a grinder wheel to them, knowing me, but if they can spin out, that'd be amazing. But between the heat and the years of salt and snow this car did see before I owned it, it's going to be interesting. But under the car is fairly clean. I don't know if it's too dark for you guys to see, but I do have secondary cats, which I may or may not be cutting out. But there's not too much rust, which I'm happy to see. And as soon as I get this out, I'll be very happy to have the catless downpipe in, because that right there is a big ol' first cat. Then, like I said earlier, the secondary cats. So I'm gonna get started taking that O2 sensor out, hopefully. Then I'll take out these bolts, take out that bracket, and then lastly, to get it out, I'll undo the V-band. There you go. And with the O2 sensor out, now we can begin to try and get these bolts loose. But to get that out, it wasn't exactly a 22 millimeter work, but I put the electrical tape on the end of this wrench, so when you hit it with the hammer, it doesn't chip off all the chrome coating and ruin the wrench. So just a little tip. I don't know if you guys used it before, but that's what I always do so it doesn't ruin your tools. I think I'm going to get the impact gun on these and try and spin them out that way. And if the studs break, who cares, because I have to replace the bolts anyway. Good morning, guys. It is now day 2 of the downpipe install. As you saw yesterday, I made very good progress on what needed to be done, but today I'll do a more in-depth look, because with the fast forwarding it's a little hard to see, but I'll go into the car and show you guys what's left to do, and by the end of the day, the car should be good to go to run, and we'll get this bad boy in. Now that I'm underneath the car, you guys can see how far I got, but as I predicted, the cat does not fit through between the transmission and the transfer case in my subframe. So I'm going to have to drop this bolt I'm going to have to drop that bolt and 2 others, combination of 6, to drop this down just enough to slide that through. And then the downpipe will be completely removed from the vehicle. But that's what a catalytic converter, for all you guys haven't seen one. Just looks like a screen. Catches all the impurities in your exhaust and whatnot, but that's what it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started by dropping these bolts. I'm gonna use the impact gun, so I gotta set up the air compressor, get out all the lines. So there's a little cold start for you with the downpipe in the car. I think it sounds way better. It's definitely louder, and you get that smell now of just pure exhaust. I love it. But now I'm gonna set up the JB4, the tune that I have on this car, to the parameters that I wanted, with like gauge sweep when I started, boost gauge, stealth mode, like all this other stuff. But I'll just show you what the settings I do in case you guys have the same car. But I have them right down in a notebook, so I can just do this quick. But to put it in command mode, you just do the down on the right hand side and the minus button on the left hand side, and then the car goes into that, which is command mode. And I have it on auto tune, so basically the car can sense, well, not sense it, knows the octane that you're running, and it will auto tune itself to that. And it has modes 0 through 8, but so I just run map 5 so it can tune itself. But I'm gonna put the boost gauge on the fuel side because I want my temp. So the speedo has to be at 2 and the attack has to be at 1. So there's that boost gauge. For the stealth mode, which is your throttle has to be 50% or more, has to be at 4 and 1. The speedo has to be at 3 and this is my shift point, so I'm gonna set it like right here, about 5,800, because that's when the car pretty much tapers off. I believe, I can't remember if it's 68 or 50, but I think it's 58. But I'll leave it there for now. And the speedo has to be at 5 and 7 for the gauge sweep when you start it, which is that. But so let's run through it again. So 0 and 5 is the auto tune. 2 and 1 is the boost gauge on the fuel. 3 and, well, whatever you want to say your shift light's at. So when I go and power and go to shift, when it gets to that RPM, it's gonna light up the 4 ways, and that's gonna notify me to shift. And 5 and 7 is gauge sweep. So there you go. I have the JB4 all set up. I'm just waiting on the warmer weather now because today it is literally freezing. You can just tell by looking, it is cold. I apologize for the quick jump to the cold startup because the GoPro died and I was pressed for time. I plugged it in and actually got all the work done before it was done charging. But I did have to drop the subframe. Going in, it was easier than coming out. Once the old downpipe is out, it is actually a really easy job. But all I have to do is put on some stickers on the car that I want, and we are good to go. I am super excited for what's to come. It's supposed to snow on Tuesday after like a foot or something, I heard. I don't know. But I hope that's not true, because I want to get this out, have more content for you guys. But if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for watching.